Hi there, my name is Gintare Matuzaite, and I'm a CEO and co-founder of Amberoot. Amberoot is a multi-brand, eco-friendly, ethical and transparent fashion shop online and a blog. Today I'm going to talk to you about confidence, and this is actually the presentation I gave to the Brighton Digital Women's event. And just by recording it, I think I might reach more people and help them become more confident and live the lives they want to live. So I hope you'll find this useful. It's good to have confidence for yourself, for your family, and for other sentient beings, whether it's people or other creatures we share this planet with. So it's good to have confidence to ask for a raise at work or to invite somebody for a date. So it's surely a useful skill to have. And you might find it's easier to gain confidence depending on whether you do it for yourself or others. Have you ever wondered why some people have average achievements, average jobs, average looks, and they are so confident, while others, they achieve a lot, they have study at best universities and have great positions at work, but they are still so unconfident? So according to psychologists, the main answer is, of course, childhood. And if you were loved for being just a human being and for being who you are, then you're more likely to have abundance of confidence. Whereas if you were only loved and appreciated when you achieved something, such as good grades, good job, then you're more likely to suffer from the lack of confidence. Also, periods in life with physical and verbal bullying, accumulation of bad luck events, change of place of living, career might also diminish your confidence. Although you can't change the history, you can't change what happened to you, I think by knowing the reasons, you should control yourself more and also blame yourself less for being not so confident. I think most people are in a meekness stage. That means they don't make a fuss at the restaurants, they don't make a fuss about the salary at work, but at the same time they don't make a fuss and arrogant and tyrant leaders are making bad decisions for all of us. And tell me, do you think Trump is a confident person? If you ask me, I think he's extremely arrogant person, and I think we sometimes confuse confidence with arrogance. And I love this quote by Bertrand Russell, where he says, the whole problem with the world is that fools and fanatics are always so certain of themselves, and wiser people are so full of doubts. Let's watch an extract of a 1940s movie by Charlie Chaplin. In this movie, Great Dictator, he is mocking Hitler. I can easily see Trump's face here. think that really almost any of you would be better US presidents than Trump currently is. But you are not a US president. You are not in those positions of leadership. Why not? For goodness sake, find some confidence in yourself and contribute to building this world a better place. It might seem that being a president is really scary and requires some kind of superhuman abilities to endure. And just as from the outside, this 17th century Dutch painting might seem like a really horror story. It might seem like a catastrophe is impending, the ship is going to sink. But the truth is, the ship won't sink. The ship's hull has been carefully made to withstand tempest in northern oceans. Sailors have practiced every day to be comfortable in situations like these. So what I'm trying to say is, with practice, you can endure much more than you think you can. So let me share you those tips of how to become a bit more confident. Let me tell you one example of my colleagues. So I was working in leading investment bank, and my colleague was responsible for hiring an analyst for his team. So he had a bunch of CVs on his table, and he took half of them and just threw them in rubbish bin. And I asked, "What are you doing?" And he said, "I only hire the lucky ones." And now imagine you are on the other end. You found this dream job, you crafted your CV, you wrote this long cover letter, and every day you're checking your email, waiting for a telephone call, inviting you for the interview. But nobody calls. And after some time you realize that you weren't selected for the position. And you're thinking, of course you shouldn't have gained more experience before applying to the positions like that. And you should spend more time of crafting your cover letter. And what were you thinking? But now, when you know both sides, the stories of both sides, tell me, whose fault is that? And 15th century philosopher St. Augustine tries to help us with that. So he says, most people believe that we live in the city of God, and most people believe that institutions, systems, such as corporations, schools, universities, are wise, altruistic, and benign. However, the truth is we live in a city of man, where systems are occasionally well-meaning, but frequently lazy, casual, corrupt, and indifferent. So next time you get a rejection from the system, think perhaps it's not your fault, and you will feel more confident immediately. Do you know who this guy is? So he's a Joshua Bell, and he's a violin virtuoso, and he's recognized all over the world playing in the best concert halls. His tickets are sold for hundreds of dollars per ticket and months in advance. However, in 2007 he decided to do an experiment. He went to play in a Washington metro station just as a regular musician without advertising his achievements. So he played for 45 minutes, and during those 45 minutes only 7 people kind of stopped by and listened for a while, and he earned $32. And when he stopped playing, nobody clapped, nobody noticed. So it's no wonder some people try to impress us so much with their awards, achievements, extraordinary abilities in order to be noticed. However, we don't tell you the whole story. We don't tell you about the stress they are having, about who helped them, about anxieties, about failures, in order to impress you of being extraordinary human beings. But the truth is that the representation of reality is not how reality is.
The audience. So this show that just getting underway.
Let's watch a video of Oprah where we can see whether failure for Oprah in her endeavors means the end of the world for her
I will do well because I'm not defined by a show. You know, I think we are defined by the way we treat ourselves and the way we treat other people. You know, it would be wonderful to be, you know, acclaimed as this, you know, talk show host who's made it. That would be wonderful. But if that doesn't happen, there are, you know, other important things in my life.
I think lesson here is next time you fail at something in your life, does that mean you have a word loser stamped on your forehead? Or does that mean that failure is just a part of normal human development process? Also, I think if you fail, it could be a sign of progress, because you know who never fails? It's a person who never tries anything new.
The Ash experiment
We
is
are
one of
social
psychology's
creatures,
oldest
and
most
quite
popular
often we
pieces of
tend not to
research.
stand up for what we
A
see and what
volunteer
we
is told
believe
that
in,
he's taking
just
part in a
because we are
visual
afraid to
perception
look
test.
like fools and
What he
feel
doesn't
uneasy.
know is that the other participants are actors, and he's
Let's
the only
watch this
person
video
taking
of
part in the
psychological
real
experiment
test.
by
It is
Salman
actually about
Ash,
group conformity.
portraying this beautifully.
The experiment you will be taking part in today involves the perception of line length. Your task will be simply to look at the line here on the left and indicate which of the 3 lines on the right is equal to it in length. So, for example,
The actors have been told to match the wrong lines. The volunteer will be monitored to see if he gives the correct answer or if he goes along with the opinion of the group and gives the wrong answer. In the first test, the correct answer is 2.
1, 1, 1. 2,
1. Once again, the correct answer is 2.
3, 3. 3.
3.
The Ash experiment has been repeated many times, and the results have been supported again and again. We will conform to the group. Again, we're very social creatures. We're very much aware of what the people around us think. We want to be liked. We don't want to be seen to rock the boat, so we will go along with the group. Even if we don't believe what people are saying, we'll still go along.
1, 1, 1.
Group dynamics is one of the most powerful forces in human psychology.
1, 1.
It's painful to watch this guy. So if you have different views, see things differently, you should expect to feel uneasy. But if you want to gain confidence and look confident, you shouldn't be afraid to look like a fool by disagreeing. And if you ask me, I think everybody is a fool in one way or another. I think one source for the lack of confidence is that you live a life somebody else wants you to, that then you don't have that motivation in your gut. And to be confident, you have to know yourself well, and you have to not live a life your mom, dad, partner, kids want you to live. You have to figure out for yourself what kind of life you have to build for yourself. And also, you shouldn't compare yourself to others, because you are not them, and also you don't know the whole story. And so all you can do is just compare your current self to your previous self, and if there's some kind of progress, celebrate the achievements confidence allowed you to gain. I absolutely love these quotes by Einstein. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle, the other is as though everything is a miracle. Personally, I am fascinated by fields such as psychology, biology, history, logic, art, business, everything. You know, the deeper you look, the more you learn. It's really beautiful, you know, the patterns, the connections. And Einstein also said, I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. So be curious. You have to embrace fear and practice becoming comfortable in uncomfortable situations. Overcoming fear gives you confidence. So put yourself in more situations like this dog. Did you know when Einstein's dad passed away, he thought that his son Albert Einstein was a total disgrace to his family, and that also Albert Einstein wrote to his family a letter saying that it would have been better if he wasn't born because he was such a loser. Only after multiple attempts he barely got into the second best university in Zurich, and also he had an incredible difficulty of finding a job after graduation. His father tried to help him unsuccessfully too, and Einstein was thinking of switching career and becoming an insurance salesman. So imagine one day you open your door and there's an Albert Einstein selling you life insurance. Wouldn't that be such a waste? So to sum up what I just talked about, systems are quite often unfair. Don't blame it all on yourself. Presentation is not a reality. Reality is much harder and more grim than you think. Failures are part of normal human development process. Everybody is a fool. All you can do is throughout your life is to be less of one. Nobody else but you decides your life. The more you learn, the less challenging it is, and the more confident you are. And only by going into uncomfortable situations, you can learn to be comfortable in them and become a more confident person. So let's look at the world and how it is. Let's look at the Einstein who didn't have much confidence, and let's look at Trump who has too much of confidence, or should we say just sheer arrogance. So let's look and think, what kind of world do we want to live in? I really do hope you'll find some more confidence in yourself and contribute to building this world a better place for all of us. Well, I hope that was useful for your personal lives, and if you have any questions, thoughts, let me know. Thank you. Bye.